A couple of highlights from Zandvoort there, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's coverage of the 2023 ASRNZ Backpaid GT3 series. Tonight we're at a very balmy Barcelona, and it is round 4. As usual, right beside me, J-Man is in the box. How you doing, my friend?
Got my sunblock out, mate. A fair bit of UV out here today, although a bit of a curveball as we see the cars rolling out. Davo, in respect of
Yes.
the guys, if they didn't read the finer details, they've come out at 8 in the morning. There's some early morning shadows there, mate, and they're into it. So before we get right into that, we'll just have a look at the current point standings there, Davo.
Yes, we have the top 10 sitting in front of us. J-Man, after 3 rounds, and it's good, it's close, it's looking good. And if the after last week we have how many guys with weight on? Damn. So yes,
5 drivers in tonight with weight.
Okay, so let's have a quick look at those points, J-Man.
Yeah, so at the top of the table, I guess leading from your pro drivers, you've got Mark Mudgeway on 163, plays Vic Chan 161, Ethan Cale, followed by John McDonald, followed by Sam Carson, that's your 5, Brad Robertson, newly promoted to the pro category, John Carter in 7th, Steve Melling, Pro-Am sitting there in P8, Dave Zero, and once again a pro driver in P9 with a missed round at the start there at Zolder, and then Vaughan Martin, second in the Pro-Am standings at the moment, currently rounding out the 10. So 2 guys going really, really well out of that list. I mean, obviously, they're all going really well, right? That's why they're in the 10. But
absolutely.
The 2 Pro-Ams mixing it up there. I can tell you it's 12-car field as for the Pro class, and it's about 11 or 12-car field for the Pro-Am.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Yeah, and look, I suppose a bit of a standout there is actually Dave Zero in that top 10, like you said, missing around.
With a missed round.
Yeah, this season already. So, yeah, nice work from Dave. Good, consistent stuff so far.
Yep, definitely. And we'll come to you next week, viewers, with a bit better graphic around those categories. We've just finally, after round 3, finalised a few little shift arounds and seeing who was actually going to fit where and what category to make it fair for these guys. Because if you're just tuning in with us, we do run a Pro-Am and Am category inside this league. And we also, this year, first time ever, we are running what is effectively a sprint championship, an endurance championship, and then an overall.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Lots to play for, David.
Yeah, lots to play for. So plenty of trophies to give away at the end of the year.
Dog tags all around, mate.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Yes, the boys are out, and look, it is very hot to the lead up, weather-wise, to the lead up this weekend. Lots of chit-chat. As we just watch, I think that is that
we're watching Jamie Kosa.
Jamie Kosa coming across for the first flying lap. He was the first out of the pits. He has set the mark. So yeah, nice work from Jamie. But very, very hot in Barcelona this weekend.
Yeah, that's possibly going to be one of the key topics of the night. Obviously, probably one of the primary topics of tonight will be around that temperature. We're talking about, this is an 8 o'clock in the morning, 8-minute qualifying session, and it's currently 33 degrees respective, both on track and ambient. So, we've seen upwards of 38 to 40 odd with close to 50-degree temps. And I can tell you now, I've just picked up on Shane Forrido, who's actually pulled that car back into pits. Standard ASRNZ qualifying rules says if you want to make a pressure adjustment or a fuel adjustment, you must bring the car into the lane at least before you make any adjustments. If you escape back to pits, you've effectively rendered your quali over. So
absolutely.
Smart play for one of the 1% decisions that's just been made, and we often talk about those percent decisions, Davo, that can be the difference between these guys making a braking. And 2 minutes 50 to go, he has dropped the car off the jacks, guaranteed made a pressure adjustment, and he's off again.
Yeah, and he did take some time, so there was some thought involved there. I think it's more than just a pressure adjustment there, maybe, and yeah, just getting back out there quick, smart. Couple of cars that I thought personally might just handle, you know, these hot conditions. That boys, the big front engine cars are really burning their tyres. I just wonder whether the smaller vehicles like and possibly the rear engine like the Porsche, or pretty well mid-engine these days, the Porsche, maybe the Bimmer with a shorter wheelbase might be a little bit friendlier on their tyre. So it's going to be an interesting race, Joe.
Yeah, hard to call. I mean, I heard a little bit of chit-chat during the week. I actually heard a fair bit of chit-chat during the week, actually. It's one of the ones that I actually paid attention to maybe the inside briefs of what was going on, as I actually just did see Jamie Coaster, who's leading the way on a 144.297. Yep. Absolutely chucked that car in. So in these slightly cooler, if you can call it that, conditions, he's pretty comfortable. But where I was going with that was that potentially the front-mounted rear-wheel drive cars, so your likes of, you know, your Mercedes, your Aston Martin, yeah, Bentley, that they may punish that front left a little harder than your mid-mounted cars. So yeah, so it'd be interesting to see. And you know, also heard some talk around strategy this week. You know, do guys go half a fill on the tank, go light, and then put a tyre on halfway? So
yeah, well, look, in these sort of conditions, it sort of really does sort of beg that you know, that discussion, doesn't it? And you know, whether that's possible, and yeah, how much impact will it make to guys that aren't doing it? You know, like, oh, you still got to chase them back through the pack. Look, what are they sitting on the jacks for with the tyre chains, Jay, man? It's a chunk. It's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, the tyres will cover off the fuel, so you could expect if they were going to go down that road that they'd be looking at. G'day, Daniel. Good to have you on board tonight, mate. You'd expect that they'd be sort of 30-35 litres. Would probably be able to refill that inside a 30-second fuel stop as well. So, you know, like, will it happen? I think so. You know, I don't know. Maybe.
But look, there has been some chit-chat on the lead up to this race. All of this has been in discussion on the Discord over the last 48 and more hours leading up to this race, Joe, man.
Yeah, no, you're right. And then there was one point there that I looked at it, the chit-chat, and I thought, well, you know, if the guys keep going, there's probably enough tears that they might actually put this fire out here at Barcelona tonight. So,
look, these things are sent to, you know, testers, challengers, and
plenty of passion, all right.
And I'm sure these guys are more than up for it. So, oh, look, we got a good field in tonight too, actually, Jay, man. We've got 23 showing on the leaderboard there.
There's 25 in the house in there.
23 on the leaderboard, is it?
No,
25.
There's 25.
Right. Yep. So, yeah, nice field. Qualifying over. Couple still out. Ethan Cale still out and up on his time. Will that put him into contention? Oh, no.
No. And, I mean, he needed something big because that, you know, Jamie banked a 44.0 at the very end there.
That's big. That is big.
It's huge. Yeah. It's huge. So, so the Porsche working really, really well here tonight. So good to see Jamie back, and also big special mention for his first round here, or his first race tonight, is Aled Pool. So good to see you out on track, Aled, if you happen to catch the stream after the fact. I don't know why you wouldn't. This is where all the action's at that you don't get to see from your car. So, yeah.
Yeah, welcome aboard. Welcome to Asrnz, and good luck tonight. So, quali on 0. The boys rolling back or getting their cars back into pits now. A couple of guys still floating around on track. Ray Haggis. Nice work from Ray Haggis there, J-Man.
He's been threatening to be up there quite a bit. He's been pretty close. So
he has. So, yeah, got that Aston nicely on the first part of the second row. Vic Chan tucked in behind. Lucas Saar also in 5th position there, J-Man. Nice work from him. Yep. John McDonald in 6th. Allard we just mentioned. Great start.
Yeah, P7. That's a
Yeah.
great effort.
Yeah, so nice work. Oh, he's also in the Mercedes, J-Man.
Yep.
Rusty Shacklefoot in 8th, Mark Mudgeway in 9th, and Jordan Moss running the 10, J-Man, but plenty more there. How have we got there? Brad Robinson, Dave
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah, Dave Zero a long way back from where I thought he'd be. Maybe didn't quite read those conditions as well as some others, and maybe decided he didn't want to go back and make a pressure adjustment. To tell you what, there's a couple of boys down the line there that I'm watching as well. After pre-mentioning just that the points discussion that we were just having, obviously, Mudgee
Yep.
leading the way over Vic Chan, and Mudgee currently sitting in P9 and Vic's up there in P4. So not too far between those boys though. But the interesting one for me is the Steve Melling Vaughan Martin battle, P18 and P19 respectively. So only about 4/10 between their times. Vaughan's kind of had the upper hand in the early unofficial or official practice tonight. So that'll be an interesting battle to see how those guys get away. I know Steve-O was definitely pretty happy with the balance of the car, and if it's a betting man, he's pretty consistent. So
Yeah, like I mentioned, I think some of these cars are just going to suit. No, clearly the track, but the conditions we have tonight or today here on track at Barcelona. Is it Catalonia? Barcelona.
yes, Catalonia's your home. That's right. So just a shout out to Carso. Sam Carson's not in tonight. He will be watching from the couch or somewhere. So shame not to have him out on track. Currently sitting in P5 in the championship, dropping around. Music to the ears of all those guys just behind him, but he'll bounce back. I'm sure Sam's got some serious pace on at the moment in that 777 Motorsport. Aston, as have quite a few of the other team members. So good, strong team showing from 777 this year.
Yep, definitely. And there is a bunch of them. So, good showing from the boys. As we wind down, J-Man, for round 4 here at Barcelona. Second last, I think, of the sprint rounds before we start the back end of the series with back-to-back enduro rounds to finish things off. So it's going to be a great series. Really looking forward to these endurance rounds towards the end of the year, end of the season, should I say, J-Man. So
look, and we haven't done this before in that format.
No.
We've never gone down that road of stacking all our enduros at the end or our sprints at the start. And I think, to me, what we know is once we come out of round 5, no matter what your points position is at the end of that one, they reset the ballast, and something to mention tonight, you did mention on it just a touch earlier, is that we have got 5 guys tonight carrying weight. I can tell you now we've got Shane Forado on 30 kilos, where he qualified as well. Shane Forado on 30 kilos. You've got Dave Zero's got 25. Mark Mudgeway's got 25. Vic Chan's got 20. And Ethan Cale has got 20. So 5 guys out there tonight sharing the pies. There's a lot of pies to go around.
What?
Yeah. So it's
that's good. And that's good. Like, that just reins those faster guys back into that mid pack, and makes for some really top racing. Obviously keeps the points alive in the series as well. But look, for us, J-Man, it's perfect viewing for us and the viewers tonight. 5 guys carrying pies.
I'm a poet. Yeah. Yep. So key points tonight for me will be You know, I think probably, obviously, the heat is the factor. The tyre condition is
Isn't
going to
it?
be a factor. We know the pit's open on around lap two-ish, lap three-ish, but
Yeah,
probably
two,
lap
three.
two with a 140 something lap. It'd probably be lap
Yep,
two.
yep.
Um, don't expect to see any guys going early, I wouldn't think. And the other thing as well is we'll try and keep you updated, viewers, with the potential for plus probably plus 5 second stop. So anything that goes towards 30, we could probably more or less tell you that those guys are getting tyres and they've gone and split it. So be looking for
Yeah.
that 20-minute mark. If we see a number of drivers peeling off at the 20-minute mark, we'll keep you updated with what we know as much as we can.
Well, as best as possible. 25 cars on track 2 tonight, J-Man. We will be busy. Yeah, really nice turnout here as the boys look. None of them warming tyres here. Well, very little. There's a little bit of weaving going on, but
Yeah, not a great deal.
They're keeping it to a minimum, aren't they? As
They are.
they all start to get some form as they drop down into this little final complex of corners. Very awkward chicane here at Barcelona. I much prefer personally the original layout. Fantastic left-hander leading onto the straight here as
So
the boys start lining up.
Just note on what happened to Shane. Remember we called him coming back to pits to change his pressures.
Yep.
He mustn't have got a banker in because he's starting from 24th out of 25th.
Well, there you go.
It went wrong for Shane. I'll give it back to you on this race start, David.
Oh, look, that's a shame. And have we seen some mix-ups on the start already? Here we are, round 4 at Barcelona. We've got a green flag already, J-Man. It's the Mercedes drag races, the Porsche on the inside down to the line. Bentley close in tow there. Vic Chan and Ray Haggis. He's got past Ray, actually. Oh, the Bentley right up beside the Porsche there, J-Man.
Yeah, he's going to have rights. A little bit of hip and shoulder there, but nothing too untoward there.
Yeah, John McDonald on the outside of Ray Haggis, and look who's there. Lucas Saad doing a fantastic job.
Yeah,
just
brilliant.
Trying to tag on the back of John McDonald.
Yeah, good,
and
good.
The new guy, and the new guy, Alad Poole, just tucked in behind Lucas, actually just pulling up beside him now. Looking for a move into the left-hand hairpin. That's Mudgy. Yeah. That's Mudgy way behind them.
It was Mudgy. Yeah, you're right there. So I tell you what, very, very high intensity start to this race with these conditions the way they are. We have got 39 degrees ambient with 51 degrees track already, Davo.
51 degrees track temp, ladies and gentlemen.
This will be a fire eater.
And Aaron Enright in the Honda, he'll know all about that. We know the Honda, not the greatest on his tyres. As the boys bunch into that left.
That was Alad.
That was Alad. A little bit of a niggle there. He's kept it cool. He's still.
He recovered really well, actually.
Still mixed up with the boys there. I think it's one of the 777 crew. But let's get back to Ethan Cale as he rounds the final turn. J-Man, Bentley in tow. Hasn't that changed?
Yeah, I tell you what else has changed. The Steve Melling's gone from P18 or 19, back to P24. Shane Fodedo's gone from P24 in one lap up to P19.
Okay, so there's been a bit of a change in proceedings there, as we also see John McDonald in fourth, and he was back a few positions as well. So
yeah, he started P9, so he's I think it was P9 somewhere around there. So he has done a great job to.
Nice gains from.
Oh, so apology, Mudgy was P9, so Mudgy's up to P7 already.
Yep.
So breakfast crew going really well at the start of this one. Jamie Koza, your pole sitter, did get knocked back in that lap back to P3 with that beautiful start from Ethan Cale, and then the inside-outside move from
into
Vic
2.
Dan.
Yeah, into 2. And so pretty well he'd gone back from 1 to 3.
Yep.
In pretty well 1.5 corners there.
Yes. Some great camera shots tonight from our camera crew too. I might add camera guys really on point here tonight, Davo.
Yeah, Barcelona renowned for some really good cameras. Alad still, the new guy, still holding his own in the top 10, J-Man. Really nice work from Alad. If that, hopefully we're pronouncing that right, Alad, or Mr. Poole, we'll call you.
Yeah, no, I think you know we'll call him Alex for tonight, and hopefully we got that right. And if we haven't, no disrespect, mate, we're just out here doing our level best. But that pack you're talking about, you know, starting from Alad back to Steve Wilton.
Yeah, so we've got Dave Zero, Brad Robinson, Aaron Enright, and Steve Wilton just bringing it up the rear in the Weepex BMW. But yeah, that is tight. That is really tight in that mid pack there, J-Man.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. So Stephen with some work to do. Stephen Melling, I mentioned earlier, he's back in 24th. He hasn't managed to get past Bob Laycock yet. So yeah, Steve-O, just something happened at the start there. Apologies, Steve-O, that we missed that. Have missed a couple of early race incidents with you this season. As we hear, the pit window is now open.
And we're the camera's focused on Shane as well, Fraterdale, and he, another, it's sort of failed to get it done in qualifying and slowly working his way through the pack, just rounding Kenny Simpson there. Yeah. So, but back to this this mid-pack battle, J-Man, with Alad just in the murk, all over it, and really holding his own here at Barcelona with just seriously hot conditions tonight. So we haven't seen anybody hint. We're just going to get up in front there. We don't think anyone's going to duck into pit zero.
I don't think so. I'd be surprised if there was. I mean, I'm patrolling the data, mate, and I can tell you now, if someone dives in, I'll be quick to jump on it and see who it is. But I'd be surprised if there was this early in the piece.
Yeah, given the temperatures, because we
Agus on McDonald.
We really do think that these guys are going to do tyre changes tonight. So you would sort of expect the pit stops mid-race. Agus all over McDonald.
Yeah,
the outsides, that's a long way, day, man. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, if you can live there, you've got rights to the next one, but man, that's a long way round somebody like John McDonald.
Like someone like John McDonald, absolutely. So nice effort from Haggis, but look at the ground he lost for being stuck out there a little bit, J-Man.
Yeah, well, look, he compromised his run through that critical section because you know that you're full throttle all the way up to once you come out of that sweeping right, that you're full throttle all the way up to the next one. So we know the BMW is good through that right-hander as well. So that won't be a place where John tonight at all feels weak. I think potentially, you know, looking at what I saw earlier, I think the sharp change of direction at the back chicane, I think maybe the Aston a little bit more handy through that tighter stuff there. But
yeah, but definitely first sector's definitely BMW territory, isn't it, Joe, man?
Yep, top three breaking away a little bit at the moment. They are basically not checking out, but you know, they're pressing on. Jamie Coaster's got the fastest lap of the race at the minute.
Yeah, and we saw him get pole position in qualifying, J-Man, so no surprise there, but pipped on the start. God, the Porsche did not get off the line well, did it? Even with the rolling start. So as we just pick up of the in-car from Mudgee there, leading on the back of Lucas Saar. Lucas Saar really hot tonight, J-Man.
Oh, Ethan Cale with the big run wide is going to lose the lead of this race and become under maximum attack. Jamie Kosa. So
Vic Chan already passed. So
yeah, I would expect that Jamie is going to grab the inside up here into the.
You would expect so in the Porsche, and we'll just see if we can get a quick replay on that as well.
Oh, good. Ethan out the marbles too.
So here we go. Bentley down the inside in one. Oh, a bit of contact there, J-Man. Puts the Mercedes off. Bit of definitely a bit of a shoulder in there. And as the Merc comes back on track with a little less speed, Jamie in the Porsche slips up the inside on at, I think that is T4.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. Outside of lap 1, she's all fair and lovely, I suppose. We'll, yeah, no, there's plenty.
There's not much more you can say than that.
There's plenty of feeling on that one.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Between teammates.
No, these guys don't muck around. They're going for the win. It's clearly.
Yeah.
Everybody's just panned out a little bit. I think everyone's settled down. That mid pack is actually separated, so I'm not sure whether we missed something there. From the Mercedes de Valad back to Brad Robinson.
Well, we have got Martin in the pits.
So there you go. Faraday. Oh, Faraday. He's just, look at him in 12th already.
Yeah, he's on the march.
Hasn't he punched through that back half of the field, mate?
Yeah, so he's up 12 positions already. Hang on. Yeah, he's up 12.
So nice work from Shane. Close stuff between John McDonald and Ray Haggis at the moment too, J-Man. Oh, the Aston looking pretty healthy.
No tyres for Vaughan.
No tyres for Vaughan, so there you go. First of the pit stops. We're not sure what these guys are doing. Like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, you know, we've heard lots of whispers and a lot of chit-chat on the Discord leading up to this race, but nothing confirmed. These guys don't give anything away, J-Man.
No, they don't say too much. So, but that's an interesting one already from Vaughan. Brendan Rolfe actually went in the lane as well. No, he didn't. He must have just cut across the entry, I think. Give me a look at B-Dog.
Okay, so we've had a few people in, haven't we? Yes, zero.
Something's happened with my graphic.
We've got Steve Wilton's been in, Aaron Enwelt's been in, Falcon has been in, Vaughan Martin, Kenny Simpson, Steve Melling.
Okay, we've had a lot going.
Okay.
That's why we would have seen the separation in the mid-pack.
That's right. Okay, so those boys, early stuff for them to get in. Sorry, we missed that actually. We just
looking forward. I didn't think they were going to go so early.
Focused on the boys, Vic, Chad and Ethan, who beaten each other up there a couple of laps ago. So that has settled down the race a little bit, hasn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, I think at the moment up the pointy and probably all the pressure going the way of Ray Haggis on JB. So, you know, and I'm watching the attitude of that BMW, and it is starting to move around a little bit.
Yep.
Just running deep there at the apex there. So Ray will be certainly seeing the attitude of that car and probably getting quite confident.
That, for sure. Yeah, he's got a bird's eye view, hasn't he, mate? And but I just wonder what he's dealing with himself, J-Man, as he just runs a little bit wide there into the little left-right kink.
Yep. Yeah, it does look a little tidier than the Beamer at the moment, but she's early days.
It is absolutely 6 laps down. It's a long way to go.
We got Lucas Sarr and Jordan Moss, and that is going to be a double rotation, half rotation. Oh, that was a big hit. That was a big hit in the middle of.
And they kept it together.
They did keep it together, yeah. And I tell you what.
And look at how it's backed those cars up now.
Yeah, Rusty Shackelford nearly got through on that too. He just kind of came up on it at exactly the wrong time.
Yeah.
Kind of couldn't go anywhere. I think he jumped on the brakes and thought better of it. But and Allard is in there as well, and he would have had he would have had a big look, as he's having a look down into 1 as we speak.
Oh yeah, definitely a big look into 1 on Rusty there.
Yep.
Shackelford still had the pace at the end of the straight. The Beamer's not too bad under brakes.
Yeah. So just looking, so Shane. So who's the first of it? Is Dave Zero's the first of our pit stoppers? And I'm thinking he hasn't changed. No, I don't think he changed tyres. I'm going to say he hasn't because of the gap back. 19. No, I don't think any of those boys have.
Well, they're taking a gamble, aren't they, J-Man? Tonight, it'll be interesting to see how this pans out as we stay focused on this John McDonald, Ray Haggis battle now. You can see the lead 3 cars just ahead of them, so there's not a lot of distance between these two and the top 3.
Right.
They're probably holding themselves up a little bit, but not a lot. And some, yeah, nice tidy stuff from both of those guys. And you can see in the background that gaggle of cars all the way from, I think it's Lucas Saar.
Yeah. They're not far off the back of Mudgee, though.
No, they're not. Mudgee's sort of in a bit of clean air there. Who's that just came in?
Brad Robinson.
Brad Robinson in. Let's just watch Brad.
Yeah, got it down to about 45, 46k an hour on the line, so no problem there with the speed.
So let's see if Brad takes tyres, J-Man.
Yeah, 100%. I'll keep my eye on that.
No.
Man, he started that car early. If that was just a splash and dash, that was very fast.
So none of these guys so far, we suspect, have taken that gamble of running a tyre change, J-Man. I suspect none of those guys that have been in so far have a...
Yeah, so he's going to come out in the battle with Steve Wilton and Adam Falconer by the look of it. Is that Adam? No, it's Aaron Enright.
It is Aaron Enright. Enright won't want to muck around with that. He's got there, little bit of a tap on the nose just to...
And there's Falconer.
And there's Falconer. Does Falconer have the run?
Yeah, they tell me that pit stop is, if you pick it at the right time, it's just enough to cool those tyres down as well, just, you know, in that mid-phase.
Okay,
yeah, so it gives them a little reprieve.
Yeah. I think, look, anything tonight would be a good thing. Track temps at 51, J-Man.
Yeah, she's pretty hot out, mate.
It's out there, isn't it? It's seriously hot.
Yeah, but one of the hottest races we've seen is Ray Haggis still applying a lot of pressure to John McDonald. But John, up to the task at this point, Davo?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Not having to work too hard yet, but we know how wide John can make that BMW. So it doesn't look like he's working too hard for it yet. But if Haggis wants to push the friendship, yeah, I'm sure John has all the measures at hand to deal with it. But yeah, that's the closest battle on track at the moment.
Yeah, Dave Zero getting held up here behind Bob Laycock. Bob Laycock's not getting any blue flags because he is on the lead lap, so he doesn't have to yield. I expect that the Aston here is going to round him up, and he is.
Yes.
Down into 1, but that was about... Oh, he cuts across the nose really, really sharply, actually. If I just watch that visual.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Clearly in front of the Porsche, so he made it happen very early. Bobby might have just got out of it a little bit there, but
yeah. But it cost Dave about a second that last lap, I think. So
yeah.
Lucas,
I think Jordan Moss still very close, and it looks like they might have caught up on Mudgee there a little bit, J-Man.
Oh, they definitely have. Yep.
J-Man, look, that's Vegemite BMW. It looks like it's come back to him a little bit there.
Yep.
I wonder whether Mudgee's thinking about a pit stop.
Yeah, so very, very tight for them to get in the lane. You know, they've really got to think about it coming out of that final chicane.
Yeah, and set up for it, especially when you're in, you know, you've got getting a little bit of heat from the back. Hard to get that done as we just pop back up the front, have a look at Vic Chan in the Bentley controlling the race. Jamie nicely in second there with a big gap back to Ethan.
Yeah, he's got another 3 seconds and another 4 seconds back to JB, and yeah, not much more than a cigarette paper between JB and Ray at the moment. So,
No, and I just wonder whether that Porsche will start to reel that Bentley in towards the end of this, J-Man.
yeah, I think expect it probably look over its tyres. Oh, it's just who was that? I just picked up on someone there. It was Mark Mudgeway, and it was Jordan Moss looking for a big move on Lucas Saar that came to nothing, but shows that at the halfway mark of this race, or just coming up to it,
they're getting pretty keen, aren't they?
They're getting hungry.
And that pack has tightened too, J-Man. That Mudgy, Lucas, Jordan Moss battle.
Yep. So I just can't help but feel for Steve Melling there. I just don't know what happened at the start of that one, but that's a real shame because he's a long way back.
Yeah, definitely. Aaron, and right there, I think just I think he might have just rounded up. Oh, Brad has been past him and he's back, but they're side by side there. So
yep.
Yeah, they're looking at swapping positions. Steve Wilton out in front of that in 16th position.
Well, who was that? Jordan Moss? Was Jordan going to pits? Yes, he was.
So Moss in the pits. Vic Chan in the pits, J-Man.
Vic Chan is in the pits.
So was the current race leader getting that Bentley in. Let's watch this. Will they stop for tyres? It's a long stop, J-Man. This is a tyre stop.
It's definitely a tyre stop, mate, for sure. That is definitely a tyre stop, for sure. Well, there you go. I believe Vic Chan's the first of the guys to roll the dice on the tyre strategy.
Jordan Moss clearly.
Jordan Moss doing the same.
Same as well. So look, these top guys, they're not taking any risks, and just making sure they got some rubber underneath them at the end of the race. Mudgy still with Lucas Saar. Lucas on fire tonight, J-Man. All over the back of that Vegemite car. It'd be interesting to see what these boys do. These are just at the top of the mid-pack, bottom of the lead pack. You know, what these guys do, we're seeing already. It's a bit here and there. Some guys choosing not to run tyres.
Well, it's a perfect opportunity. Obviously, fuel will be a factor if these guys decided to run light and then take a tyre and refuel to cover off the tyre, cover off the fuel. That'll mitigate what they can and can't do with their strategy. But for somebody like Jamie Coaster at the moment, if he had fueled that car for race distance, and maybe that's why he didn't quite have the pace at the start, as we see Mudgy in the lane, John McDonald in the lane. It'll be interesting to know if he's got the fuel on board, does he look to go and try and manage that and run home on a single tyre strategy? Because there's a lot of other guys out there doing it. So we did hear that it was an equal time frame without passing cars. So
yeah, well, there you go. It's plenty to play for here, J-Man, and multiple ways you can do it. So this will be interesting as all of these pit stops start to level out. We've got Mark, Mudgy, and
McDonald not taking a tyre.
So McDonald out quickly.
Yeah.
Is that Mudgy out quickly as well?
Yeah, Mudgy not taking a tyre either.
So there you go.
So looking to pick up on Vic Chan here and see where Vic is rolled out here. So he is coming down the front chute. He has got Adam Falconer behind him. He will get out, and I can tell you that both McDonald and Mudgeway both got out in front of him.
Yeah.
Is there a big yield on the tyre? What we do know, Davo, is there's around 1.7 to 2 seconds a lap fall off from about the halfway point.
Okay, and we are past that.
Yeah. So, you know, Vic holds the fastest lap of the race on a 45.0. He is up on his delta as well, so... And
in 16th, so now this is the thing. Can that car...
Ethan Carlin.
Can he handle that? will that tyre deal with coming back through the traffic? And that is the unknown. So Ethan Cale.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he just got it down to 49. He was right on the button there. I'd say there's been a bit of practice in that scenario.
Seems a bit tight, you reckon?
Well, he was pretty accurate, I'm going to say that. So, haven't seen a stop-go come up tonight as he comes in, shuts the car down. Is there a tyre in this phase?
No, he's off the
there
jacks.
is not. No, he's out there. So look for who is the first of our leaders. That is John McDonald as he rounds up the final corner.
Yeah, so he's well out in front of John McDonald.
He is.
In that Mercedes, as we expected, he had distance on him anyway coming in. Neither of them have taken tyres, J-Man, so no real change there.
No.
Alan Poole battling on. Is that Shackelford he's with?
It is.
Yes, so they've just changed positions actually. So
yeah, they have.
And look who's right behind them, J-Man.
Is that Vic Chan?
No, Shane.
No, sorry, it's Shane. Yeah, sorry.
No, so
now, Jamie Kosa to the lane.
To the lane now. Shane Prado has not pitted. Ethan Cale in the lane.
Ethan in. No, Ethan Cale's on his outlet, member. He did the quick stop. It's Jamie Kosa in the lane.
It is Jamie, sorry. As the cameras pick
Rusty
up on
Shackelford in. Lucas Sarr in.
Okay, that'll give Shane some clear air in front of him to continue on.
No tyre for Jamie.
So look, from what we visually saw, we only saw 2 cars take tyres tonight.
Yep.
We missed it. We missed a bunch of them really early on. We didn't expect them to pit so early, so we missed some of the mid-pack going in there. But just looking at the times, we suspect they didn't take any tyre.
No tyres for Rusty and Lucas.
So both those boys quickly out of the pits.
And Vic is bottled up behind Aaron Enright. So this is the issue with taking a tyre and having a lot of pace and grip. He is going to round him up here, I believe, before turn 1.
Where's that? Who's that?
It's Vic Chan. He's just rounded those guys up, but he's now also got another 2 cars leaving the lane in front of him.
Yeah. So he's in a lot of traffic, and this is the unknown, isn't it? Will that deal with that comeback through the traffic, that tyre?
Yeah, currently P14, but he's got Lucas Sarr just come out in front of him. He's got Farmer in front of him, and then he's also got Rusty up the road as well. Man, he has got to put some serious moves on.
He's got some work to do, J-Man.
4 cars still to make their stop, I believe. It may be more, but the front 4.
Yeah, Phil Davison in and out. No penalties so far tonight, J-Man, either. So some nice clean stops from the boys.
Aled Poole in the lane.
In the Mercedes. Oh, he come in hot. That thing's bouncing around. He to get it stopped. Nice. Well done. Oh, man, that was a hectic entry.
So that leaves Ray Haggis leading the race over Shane Fodado, John Carter and Aled Poole, who's just come to the lane. So we're looking for the first of your stoppers is Jamie Kosa. He's come past them already down the front chute. Ethan Cale also on the front chute. John McDonald about to come on the front chute. So looking for Aled's just come off the jacks.
Yeah.
So John's going to round him up.
Yeah, so he hasn't taken a tyre either. As we focus on Ray Haggis leading the race now, J-Man.
Yeah, so Vic Chan now rounded up Aaron Enright and Lucas Sarr looking at Steve Wilton. But as we say that, he's just had another car leave the lane in front of him as well. So it doesn't get any easier.
No. And that will burn up tyres. If we know that Vic's got the pace, the car's got the pace, but it does use its tyre to do so.
And everybody ahead of him that makes, well, you know, that was in that front half of the field that makes a stop without a tyre change effectively gets a free kick over him and he's got to pass them. So
yeah, that's it. Now, Bobby Laycock also in.
Yep.
So 3 left to go. John Carter, Shane Fodado, and Ray Haggis, the final 3 cars to stop.
Oh, I can tell you now, Ray Haggis has just gone up to about 90k now in the pit lane, so that'll be the first of your pit stop breaches. I did catch live.
And that will be big. That will be a 30-second penalty, without a doubt, J-Man.
Yep.
Steve Wilton.
Who was that was leading the lane?
Oh, Steve Wilton. Who's that? What happened to Vic Chan there? Let's see the quick replay on that.
Yeah, copy.
So Rick chasing Steve Wilton up through the back section of the circuit, through the right-hand fast high-speed kink, down to the heavy braking area, into this left-hand hairpin. Vic ducks to the inside, outbrakes himself.
Oh, he does.
Badly.
Runs too deep.
And it looks like Lucas may have... No.
Farmer. Yeah.
Yeah, Farmer lucky there.
I just opened the steering up. I think he read it. So,
he did read it, didn't he? So there you go.
So stop 30 for Ray Haggis. That you would take him out of contention.
That's tough. That's tough. John Carter, last to pit, Jamie.
Him and Shane. Yeah, Shane and John.
Yep.
So expect your leader to be Jamie Kosa, followed by Ethan Cowell, and then John McDonald. So John McDonald looking for a podium here.
Okay, so still
just picked up on Farmer's just been rotated by somebody. Vic Chan. Vic Chan is just
and it's on now because Lucas Saar has got in amongst that. Farmer doesn't want to know anything about that. Steve Wilton, it's a bit of Biff and Barge. Vic Chan, we've got Aaron Enright, it's all happening. Aaron Enright, we've got Alan Falconer in amongst that pack as well. We won't go back to the replay because it's escalated right here live.
And he's down the inside.
So
Vic in all sorts of trouble here with not lap traffic, but just traffic in general.
Just traffic in general. So Falconer behind, but past him as well. And Vic just tucking the nose up there, really forcing the issue. Struggling to get through this traffic, J-Man, tonight.
Oh, big time, yeah. And I mean, that's part and parcel of that strategy, eh?
It is, mate. As Ray Haggis back into the pits to serve his 32nd.
Yeah, that's going to seem like an eternity, that is.
Yeah, painful stuff, we know.
So John McDonald out in his lonely battle, so is Ethan Cowell, so is Jamie Kosa at the moment. So just looking, probably with only 4 minutes 20 to go, looking for Shane and John Carter to probably really come in late and do this. Clearly no tyre change at this time of the race. They'll be looking to just a quick splash and dash and bring this home. There'd be no benefit, I wouldn't have thought, at this point of time to change that tyre.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Only a little over 8 minutes to go as we just see Vic just sneak back past Falconer.
Yep.
As he gets up on the back of Enright, just out of the front of Vic's car at the moment. But yeah, look, he has got a lot of work to do. Can't see that car getting into the top 10, even J-Man, in the next 7 odd minutes.
Yeah, so car 566 just been disqualified from the race for a pit infringement. So Shane Fodado in the lane.
So that is the Ray Haggis car. So he's come into serve his 32nd and obviously had an issue, maybe sped in pits again, J-Man.
Yeah, race directors clearly on the games been something, and that's really unfortunate. We don't like to see that for anybody.
No, and we rarely do, but there you go. So that's the 566 car of Ray Haggis out.
As we see Shane Fodado coming out, he is probably going to drop back as far as, I
let's
want
have a
to
look at
say
this.
10th,
10th, so that is
Rusty Shackelford.
Rusty Shackelford.
So there you have it.
So yeah, he's in 10th position. Oof. What a set of pit stops, Jay, man.
It's, yeah, so how is Vic going? Vic is up the road now from Steve Wilton's back in P18, so something else has happened there. We've missed something there. That Steve Wilton's gone a long way back, but also so is Vic Chan, because they were with Aaron Enright and Lucas Saar and Adam Faulkner. Now, both those guys, Vic now P16, Steve Wilton now P18. So that has gone horribly wrong there for those guys.
So, yeah, unfortunately, we
John Carter in the lane.
Missed that one. Carter in the lane, last of the pit stops, J-Man.
Yeah, so as he comes in.
And like you mentioned, you wouldn't expect him to do tyre change this late in the race. Like you said, they get that little bit of reprieve too, don't they?
Yeah,
sitting on the jacks, just lets those tyres cool down a little bit, that little roll through the pits. But yeah, the Audi doing well
very
tonight,
quick stop
mate.
there. Yep.
So let's just pick up this helicam, see that's John McDonald coming past now.
Yep. Mark Madre, Dave Zero coming past.
Okay, so that will slot him into 7th position.
I think he's going to be close to Shane Faraday.
Oh, actually, that's Allard, and that is Shackleton.
Yep,
so he's just ducking in front of Shane Faraday.
Yep. Shane throwing it into turn one.
Didn't he? What?
So Jamie with a really good handle on this race now with just under 5 minutes to go. He was your pole sitter. He did pick up a bonus point for that, and looking pretty comfortable as Ethan Cale is just rounding up Bob Laycock, who just backs out of it, gets out of the way there. JB, the next guy on the line. Mark Mudgway, your current points leader, currently P4 with Dave Zero hard on the charge with chasing him at the back end of this race. Allard Poole, first race here, currently running P6, is a great effort.
Doing an awesome job.
Followed by Rusty Shackelford, followed by John Carter, closely followed by Shane Faraday, and then Lucas Saar, which rounds out your 10 as we see the pit window close for race 1.
So plenty of action tonight. The guys keep extremely cool heads in these hot temperatures, J-Man. Look, we just thought we would have seen a little bit more drop-off and even some incidents from tyre issue.
Yeah, Vic Chan, P16 still too, Davo.
Yeah, no, look, he'll be kicking himself for changing those tyres.
Yeah, and he's just tucked up in behind Vaughan Martin. I can tell you now, Steve Melling would like to see him get past Vaughan.
Yeah. And that's Brad Robinson, one of the other 777
cars. He rotates Vaughan.
Oh, yeah, half rotates Vaughan back, pointing in the right direction. So, look, it's been a tough race for Vic Chan as we wind down into the last 3 minutes of this race.
Just looking at some margins there, we've got Dave Zero. Where is Dave Zero? Because he's lighting up on my page that he's attacking.
Yeah, he's right on the back of Mudgee here.
Rightio, here you go.
So yeah, just coming up through the back section of the circuit here, this little flip-flop. Left, right, and then up to this super fast kink as they just get over that rise and this quick run down to the left-hand hairpin down the end here.
Yeah, the Beamer really good through Sector 1, heading into Sector 2. But like I said to you, I think the Aston kind of comes into its own at the back section of the track.
Yeah.
But Mudgee doing a great job through the opening part of the lap.
Oh, for sure.
Yes,
just enough. Yeah, and it's just suiting him well down the back there because he's just got that little bit of breathing space.
Yes.
on the Aston, but yeah, still, look, Dave no slouch, and it takes a little mistake, and he'll be right there. So we start to wind down.
Yep, Melling putting a fair amount of pressure inside that magical second bracket on Steve Wilton. So late in the piece, these tyres will be feeling really ordinary. I'll be interested to hear what guys tyre diggers after this.
Yeah, for sure. And we suspect that Wilton has been turned by Vic, or at least had a bit of a wrestle with Vic, so his tyres might not have cycled real well, AJ, man.
No, and late in the piece, Kenny Simpson right on the back of Vaughan Martin. Good showing from Kenny, P17. Hungry for another spot, and like I said, every spot that Vaughan gets back closer to Steve Melling, it tightens up in that
for sure,
the hunt for that Pro-Am title.
And that McLaren looking very, very much quicker than the Aston at the moment. So
yep.
Especially down the front straightaway there. A little bit of a wriggle from Kenny coming out of the first series of corners there. But yeah, in a straight line, the thing is looking very hot.
So Jamie's going to make it round this, and it'll be one more lap to go as the leader rounds up with about 35 seconds to go as he comes onto the front straight. So this will be the last one. So I guess the likes of Steve Melling and Kenny Simpson, this will be the only shot they get as Vaughan has a run wide. Will be inviting for Kenny Simpson. He just needs to keep it nice and tight. He's going to have one more shot at this as he's a hell of a lot closer now as we do pick up on the battle with Aaron Enright and Adam Falconer. That is that it did intensify over the last couple of laps. As Adam gets it wrong and
Falconer
left.
Falconer exit stage left there. Unfortunately, a little bit of lock up. And look, I expected to see more of that with the tyre deck tonight, J-Man, and we haven't seen it. And it's like right down to the wire here before we start to see these little mistakes as the boys push that last position.
Yeah, I think the front five have settled the score. Obviously, Allard and Rusty still battling on there, but as is Shane and John. And John Carter actually getting the better of that. I think he came out in the front in the pits anyway.
Yeah.
But there's still plenty to play for. Where's Vic going? He's probably not going to quite get to Brad Robertson.
I don't think so.
Kenny's just had a big run wide. He's probably not going to get to Vaughan. Where's Steve-O at? He is hot on the bumper of this bloody BMW. He is right there.
Has been for a couple of laps there. I'm sure Steve Wilton's been schooled in the BMW widening from John McDonald. So he's got the wide body kit on. As
Jamie rounding out the final corner to take an awesome victory here tonight, and what was a really, really tough condition race with a lot of stories going to be told out of this one. So well done to Jamie Kosa for that. Also well done Ethan Cale on that second position, and then John McDonald rounding out the podium. Johnny be pretty stoked with that.
Oh, for sure. With Mudgee also pretty, I think he'd be pretty happy too. Mudgee currently leading the championship, so nice for Mudgee with Dave Zero close behind. And it's a quick fire. Alan Poole, Rusty Shackleton, John Carter.
Yep. Shane Potter. And Lucas Saar wasn't far behind there to round up the 10 either.
Yeah, Lucas really speedy tonight. Aaron Enright, Jordan Moss.
Yep.
Adam Falconer, even after a little bit of exit stage left there earlier. Brad Robinson, Vic Chan, tough.
Kenny really close to bloody Vaughan.
Yeah, so we got Vaughan and Kenny over the line. Yep. Steve Wilton with Steve Melling right behind. Lachlan Andrews, Brendan Rolfe, Bill Davidson.
Yeah, good tight battle for those boys at the back end too. Not a lot on that. And I can tell you, I got word from Ray Haggis on the stream. Unfortunate condolences for that. Ray, his pit speed button is not engaging, so a mechanical failure there for Ray.
Yeah, unfortunate there as we just watched Phil Davison round out the race. J-Man. Wow.
Yeah, good stuff.
What hectic stuff. 25 on track tonight for race 1 here at Round 4 Barcelona Asrnz GT3 back paint series. J-Man, we saw a little bit of a strategy. We thought we'd see more, but the guys that did move out of the square lost out, really,
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah, big time. I think
Yep.
that really hurt. I mean, clearly, Jordan Moss, he was the other guy, did a slightly better job, I think, in traffic than Vic. Maybe showed a little bit more patience. I don't know. We didn't really get to see that much of there, but that was a real struggle. I don't suspect the guys will be doing in a race too. As we head to our podium, David, we'll get this underway so we can have a break. They can have a break.
Yes.
And so first to the box tonight will be John McDonald. JB, you got us on comms?
Yeah, copy.
Mate, well done on a podium in pretty tricky conditions out there by the look of things.
Yeah, mate, that's sweat is dripping from the brow, I tell you. Even the armpits are a bit sweaty.
Hard work, mate.
Yeah, well, hot. You'd think with all that hot track and ambient temperature.
Yes.
Man, it feels like it in the sim too.
Yep.
It's warm. The car's sliding around. It's really hard
Is
at
it?
the end there. Yeah, but you got to just try and manage it as best as you can, don't you? And try and brake in a straight line and accelerate our way out of the corner straight too. So try not to use too much tyre, but
keeping it clean.
Yeah, good pressure from one of the Asrnz. I think it was
Dave
Haggis.
Zero. Dave Zero.
No, Dave was on Mudgee, I think.
Yeah, Haggis.
I think he got a dry stop go, but which took him out, unfortunately.
Yep, no, he's run into some techie issues, mate. He actually got DQ'd. His button wasn't working. So, no, well done to you. And, might have had a word in your ear earlier in the day, actually, JB, if you remember, and said that I'd be talking to you tonight, mate. So maybe I ought to do that every week and give you a ring and, But
look, if that's what works, and ring away, mate. But to be honest, there was a bit of hard luck for some of the boys up the front there.
Yep.
I see looks like some strategies played out throughout the course of that. But yeah, it'd be one to watch back for sure from this side of the garage, because your side, what's going on. But tough time out there. But yeah, good fun.
Yeah,
congratulations, mate, on
nice
the P3, and best of luck in the next quali session and the next race. Hope to talk to you again soon, mate. But yeah, well done.
Yeah, Roger, good stuff.
Nice work, John.
Boys.
John McDonald.
Okay, so next guy, where is he? Who did we have next? It was Ethan Kale. Ethan. I can't see him tonight.
Looking.
They're having a bit of a chat down channel, so I shall grab him. You got us on comms, Ethan?
Hey boys, how are ya?
Good, mate. Good. Well done on P2, mate, on what was some pretty hot, tricky conditions out there tonight.
Yeah, a bit boring, if I'm honest with you. I was just chugging around. I knew I wasn't going to catch Jamie, and yeah, I knew that Vic was going to stop for tyres as well, so it was kind of just beating everyone else.
Yeah, yep. So that clearly didn't pay dividends for the sister car in the OES stable there tonight. But hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. But hey, it's all about you and P2. So yeah, look, you had a good start as well. Both you and Vic managed to pip Jamie off the start there, I think it was. So yeah, well done, and a nice tidy stop. And then
that was on the limit. I nearly started speeding in pit lane.
Yeah, we noticed.
I think I called it. I think you were the guy that I was just like, mate, I think you've practiced that, because I don't think there was a millimetre spare.
I did a couple in practice, but I couldn't hit the marker right. So I'm like, oh, we'll try this one. Probably shouldn't be trying anything new in the race, but it seemed to work.
Yeah,
it's close.
So, hey, tell me, I just got to ask, I didn't ask our other podium place getter, but did you read the finer print leading out of that official practice session, and did you read that it was an 8 o'clock quali session there, Ethan?
Yeah, we did a little we know we look at that stuff now because you guys have tricked us a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we noticed it, so we adjusted the pressures. I think Shane I think he went out on stone cold tires and they weren't going to heat up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we read it and we were on top of it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we did see Shane drive back to pit, but something must have happened and he couldn't kind of bank one after that and started from P24. So he did a great job to come back inside where he did. He did a fantastic job. So, hey, but nonetheless, mate, you did a great job. P2 on a night like that is you got to take it. Hopefully you guys bunch yourself up a little bit more and have a bit more of a battle, but I'm sure the strategies will be a little bit more predictable this time around for most of the field.
I'm not too sure if Vic will do that again. He did say he was going to just double it and he didn't care, but I have a feeling finishing 15th, he's going to care. So,
I think you're right.
Yeah, there's a big story there that led to that. So, it was just dealing with traffic, mate. So, hey, well done.
Yeah,
It's
the weight paying too, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, congrats, mate, and hopefully we're talking again in another 40-odd minutes, eh?
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, Ethan. So I'll drag
Ethan Kale.
Oh, no, he's gone. Oh, I dragged him back. Sorry, Ethan. I'll drag him back down. There he goes. And so we shall go and grab Jamie, who is our race winner from race 1, round 4 here at Barcelona. Jamie, you got us on comms?
Hey, guys.
Mate, good comeback after what was probably not the best start by your standards. Putting it on pole was a great pole lap, and then a couple of your bloody mates picked your pocket down there to 1-2, mate.
Yeah, they know all my tricks, which aren't very many off the start. I have to give them that.
Yeah. Hey, look, you look outside of that once Vic made that tyre stop, and then you'd sort of cleared off. I think you look really comfortable, mate. And we wondered actually, when you were running in third, we thought the car looked really good and wondered how much you were going to come back to Vic at that point, actually. So was the car as comfortable as it looked?
Yeah, up until the last probably 10 minutes or so, which I guess is the same for everyone. But I knew I had probably slightly worse tyre wear than the other guys after we did some practice laps during the week. So I knew I had to be careful, and it's probably why I took it real easy in those first few corners, because they're the prime spots where you can end up sideways. So I just kind of settled in for a bit, and just to see if I could eke them out a bit and have a little bit more pace at the ends, and it seemed to work out.
Yeah, well, I don't need to ask you whether or not you read the 8 o'clock qualifying session there, because you clearly did by putting it on pole. You got those pressures right. But what I do got to ask before I let you go, mate, is did you manage to check in at the end of that race and see what your deg was like? I haven't asked anybody what the deg was like. Did you have a look or no?
I did, yeah. Mine are all over the shop. Each tyre is completely different, so I've just got a lot of 2.05.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's probably as low as I've heard this week. So, pushing hard, getting the maximum out of those tyres in that 40-minute session is your race winner from race 1, Jamie Coe. So, well done, Jamie. Hope to talk to you again shortly, mate. Enjoy that one, and best of luck in the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Nice work,
Thanks,
Jamie. Jamie Kosa, viewers. And that's it for driver interviews, race 1. What a cracker, J-Man. We are going to take a short break, as are the drivers, and then we will join you back soon.
Cool.
Welcome back, everybody, to the official coverage of the 2023 ASRNZ Backpain GT3 series. We're at Barcelona. It's bloody hot. It's race 2. Well, it's Q2 actually. We're just about to go to race 2. J-Man's back. We've had a couple of beers. We're back in the box. We're ready to go. How you doing, mate?
Oh, refresh, mate. Refresh. Ready to go again. Hit that button.
Hit that button. It's on. It's on. We're doing it.
Yeah, so hey, takeouts out of that as we talk to the, obviously as you heard, we talked to the podium place getters in that last one, and pretty much by the look of that, those guys picked up on the little curveball that race control or admin threw in there late in the piece with that 8 o'clock qualifying